Today's on Today's video will be continuing our KaiserOst series, which I made it up because I decided to make up a name for them going east first. And as you can see, they managed to make a few puppets, and well, they decided to form an alliance, which was a German plan for after World War I, Middle Europe, whatever. But as a plan for a German alliance across Central Europe in the case Germany won World War I. But Germany did win World War I, but in this timeline they did. So, well, they do go ahead and form it. Although Austria is really angry because they don't get told of it. And Austria gets so mad. But don't worry, they probably only have 2 days left to live. Well, usually empires fall and they try to change it up. And well, they have all these nations already. And well, they also got 2 colonies because they lost 2 colonies and kept 2. And they've gained lands in the Pacific. And China will probably eventually collapse still. With Austria having lots of problems, but as its alliances, the alliance Middle Europe has one benefit. Grain here, industry here. So yeah, they can work together, I guess. With Serbia and Romania and Italy signing a secret pact for in the case that, well, Austria-Hungary starts collapsing, Albania is too. They're all waiting for it. It'll probably start as a Hungarian revolt gone wrong. And well, Austria's still trying to keep itself together. Russia's still rebuilding. And the Ottoman Empire decides to create a puppet in the Middle East. As they invade these lands and they create their own nations. They create one in the north. And they also extend their border a bit. And well, they build one state over here and one over there. With the Ottomans now having dominance over the Middle Arabia, with Britain still having a tiny bit of land, but not enough to dominate the region. And well, Austria starts running into problems, but nobody intervenes yet because they're not sure that's their best move. Everybody just watches as the beginning of the collapse happens. With Hungary having revolts over Austria wanting to get rid of their lands, Hungarians across the empire rise up. And well, this isn't good. That's also a square. So, well, let's see how it goes. With the Hungarians in the main area of Hungary quickly taking Budapest over. With Austria saying we could crush these rebels. But so far they've failed to do much. With them launching an offensive in the north. And well, the Hungarians continue. Even pushing back some Austrian troops. And then the full country decides their troops will go into this region, the full Hungarian area. With Hungary starting to have a victory. And while it looks unlikely for nations to invade them, they said in case Austria collapses, but Austria is still strong. Romania and Serbia are questioning sending troops into this area. But this time, this is where Austria decides to grant independence to Hungary. So let's see how that looks. Weakness in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, they decide to start a war. As the alliance Germany started, Middle Europa decides they will send support to Austria to hopefully not have Austria doubly humiliated. Because that doesn't look good on Germany. So Germany decided we won't let that happen. With Italy being the main nation in here, Albania and Serbia join in. With Germany telling Austria to focus more so on Italy, as Italy is the the bigger threat. With Italy slowly advancing because their military isn't that strong. But with Albania and Serbia quickly moving into here, along with Italian troops. And well, why would they do that? Well, an entire region declares their independence at this point. And that would be the Galician region. So basically, this whole area decides independence as their move. Well, this is how they split it. With Germany even taking land. Why would they all take lands? Well, because they're a greedy imperial country. With Hungary seeing its border becoming less and less secure. So they start sending some support behind Austria. Because they don't want Austria to fall. As that could lead them to believe that with Romania deciding they will join them to help them. With Albania, Italy, Serbia, and Romania up against Austria, with Germany's support, probably has France's and Britain's support behind the Italians. But, except Austria moves down to get a coastline, so they can accept aid from Germany if it does come in by the water, but unlikely to get through if it came by water, because choke point, choke point, choke point, choke point. Basically everywhere. So they decide to lose the coast instead of losing direct Austrian territory. Well, Austria does start losing because, well, assuming their military is like it was, and that this was Germany's victory, well, Austria loses its capital and decides to surrender. Let's see what happens in their peace treaty. Slovak revolt in Hungary. Not very organized, but they managed to have, with Slovak rebels taking their capital and moving in. But the big problem is Hungary is weak, so they quickly manage to take the capital and get a peace treaty. Not necessarily favorable to them, but they get independence. The Austrian Collapse Alliance decides to go after it, seeing that there's no way it can be stable. With the reason they didn't go after the Austrian fault right away is because they may or may have not been that strong. With Romania starting a front line, but it goes really slow because it's a mountain. Same with Serbia. And Italy moves up here. With many nations seeing this collapse is pretty bad. And while Slovakia is just unable to join because they just fought against them, so they're exhausted. With a front line being made. With Romania starting to move deeper into the Hungarian territory. With Hungary losing its capital and then losing its eastern lands, it eventually decides its best bet is to surrender. So let's see how the peace treaty goes. Our timeline, well, they lost lots of lands to Yugoslavia and lots to Romania. And, well, Hungary is probably going to collapse eventually. Italy probably eyes off Ethiopia again. And, well, new members are welcome to join the German. Germany invites Austria into Middle Europa. Austria accepts, along with, well, Hungary, but some nations are still staying out. With the Italians and some Balkan nations forming the, I don't know what to call this pact. For now, I think. These are who sign it. Wait, Bulgaria doesn't because they were involved with them. And I don't know what to name this pact. The Rome Pact, the Rome Protocol. Again, I already have. Well, they occupy is a lot. And they're more imperialist militarism style. And while Finland asks to join, and they're finally accepted. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!